The Todd Shapiro Show. Canada Laughs, SiriusXM 168.
There's advantages for aftermarket trades for sure, because most regular people don't have access to them, at least in the crypto world, which people talk about so volatile and scary and all this stuff. At least everyone has access of all like at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Crypto markets, I mean, I think that's where it has to go. The world wants kind of to be able to trade when they want to trade and what they want to trade. So, I mean, at least we're learning from the crypto markets. Mind you, they're still heavily manipulated right now as well, but at least still you have access to it all the time.
When you say it's heavily manipulated, what do you mean by that?
Well, there's no regulation with the exchanges, right? So they can pretty much do whatever they want. You can arbitrage between exchanges. There's no set price on any of the cryptos. It's like a lot of the exchanges also have the same back end, and they kind of source from the same liquidity pool. So really, you're trading with one exchange, but you're really trading with 100 exchanges. So there's a lot to be said for that. I think that's the first place that we need to start seeing some heavy regulation, not on the token sales.
Hey,
that too, though. We do need regulation.
This week, Google reversed their crypto ad ban, and for exchanges advertising in the U.S. and Japan. Is that sort of a show in faith a little bit?
Well, I mean, I think that they banned it in the beginning because I feel like Google and Facebook and those guys, they're kind of like puppets for the U.S. government. So the U.S. government kind of wants to slow things down and get a handle on it. So they're going to use whatever scare tactics they can. And I think now they're realizing that, hey, this is a real industry, real market. There's real dollars to be made here. So, let's kind of walk that back. It's like the same thing that they did in the States with sports betting. Now it's legal in Jersey, and it's going to be rolling out in all kinds of other places.
Marijuana, for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, they turn around and realize we should be banking on this.
Yeah. If there's money to be made, the U.S. government's going to be all over it. They just want to be able to control it.
I'd bet anyone $1,000 that Trump will reverse that federally before that's Trump will make marijuana legal. So then, is the crypto industry, do you feel has it changed since earlier this year, or do you think that it's just sort of a change in Google's perception of the industry? Has the industry itself changed?
Well, I mean, you have a lot of traditional actors in the industry now, and so a lot of people are hesitant to kind of do fundraisers via token sales because it's now starting to be heavily regulated, and there's just so much gray area that people don't want to be on the wrong side of it. So it has changed in that respect, but I think that the change is necessary and good, because we did have a lot of bad actors that were coming in trying to just get anybody's money for whatever blue sky idea they had. And now, you're going to be held accountable for that. So, it's different, but I think it's different in a good way. And I do think that Google and Facebook are seeing that, and they want to be right there to pick up that business when it comes full-fledged.
Will this Google ban that they've now lifted benefit you and at Vanbex and some of the clients that you guys work with?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we work with a whole host of clients now, and we help them with their marketing and their branding strategy and things like that. So now we can add this back into the mix, because we used to do it before for all of our clients, and then we had to take it out and figure out new strategies to help them be successful. So, yeah, definitely we can put that back into the repertoire.
Cool, dude. Hey, sports.
Hey, how was the hockey game last night, Todd?
First off, a massive thank you. Kevin Hobbs and Vanbex Brian gave us 4 tickets. Me and Dark Guy, who's everyone's Leaf favorite viral sensation. Good dude, though. Dark Guy's this guy knows his shit, man. He's a cool guy.
Is he still wearing the makeup?
He wore the makeup last night. He wore the makeup.
Gotta respect that dedication.
And you know what, though? He won't ever take a pic with a cigarette in his mouth anymore. He still smokes, and he's ashamed by that, but he doesn't want to sort of promote
smoking.
Because everyone wants a picture with this guy. It's crazy, actually. Yeah. And we do our show on TSN 1050, launching this Saturday, by the way, 3 to 5, second year that we're doing that. Show by fans, for fans, because we're all irrational nuts. And, I'll say things like, Leafs are going 79-3. But I mean that. And I say it on TSN. I'm the only guy on TSN that could ever say that shit.
You're nothing if not bold, Todd.
I'll be bold all day long, baby. Just don't have me trade stocks for you. So, Anyway, Kevin then says, hey, we're out of town. We can't get there. They're in Vancouver. So we do this giveaway, and we had like in the hundreds of retweets. The impressions on it were something like, 40, 50,000 people saw the tweet. Massive stuff. And we're really grateful. We had two amazing winners. They were fun guys to hang out with. So thank you. And the seats are great. The game, to answer your question, to be honest, it wasn't the most exciting Leaf game, but at the end of the night, you had your two top guns who you want to score each 50 goals is your score. So, I mean, it made it all worth it. And one of them being the OT winner with Matthews.
Nice. Well, Todd, we're going to have to do a couple more giveaways on your show for the seats now that, Vanbex is kind of starting to be officially in Toronto more and more, and having you as our kind of unofficial or official brand ambassador kind of helps. So I think there's going to be some more giveaways happening.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. And we know you're more of a Raptor nut than a Leaf nut, more of a basketball guy than a hockey guy. And you also have some tickets for Raptor games, right?
That's correct. Yeah. So we've got all the Leafs, all the Raptors, and some of the events.
Okay, I'll send you my mailing address, man. As soon as we're done here. That sounds great. Big fan myself.
You excited for the Raps? You saw them play out in Portland, right?
No, in Vancouver.
Oh, in Vancouver. Oh, they played Portland in Vancouver.
Played Portland in Vancouver. Yeah, it was awesome. They won easily. It was great to see Kawhi kind of play. I think he's kind of slowly starting to acclimate with the team. I think him and Ibaka are going to be a good twosome this year, just from what we're seeing out there right now.
You see that give and take with Lowry though, when they passed the ball like 8 times on the way to the net? That was insane. They look like they're already in mid-season form.
I don't know about that. Seeing that live was more like, I don't know what to do with it. You do something with it.
That's really funny. Yeah, it's interesting. Like when DeMar first got traded, and even I tweeted, and people were kind of pissed off here and stuff. And then the more you sort of learn about this Kawhi guy, and realize how good he is, and, NBA Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, like this guy is a friggin' stud. And now LeBron being in LA, I really believe the Raps can get to the finals this year. I really believe that. Do you think that, Kevin?
I actually think. Well, the finals.
Yeah, finals.
The problem, we have this second round itch that we just can't scratch. I mean, I definitely think they're going to win the East, but it really depends on who we see in the second round. I think they can get there in the finals, but to be honest, I think that Boston is going to give them some trouble in the second round.
And Philadelphia is not fooling around this year either. There's still a couple of hurdles to jump out there.
Milwaukee too, I think's got a pretty good team.
Yeah, so they're definitely coming out. The Pelicans, I think, are gonna surprise some people this year too.
The Pelicans are a team in the NBA. Wait, who'd the Grizzlies go to again?
Memphis.
Memphis. That's
Memphis.
Right.
Yeah, man.
The bucket.
I know they should have stayed here.
How the fuck did you lose a team? Stu Jackson, it was all his fault.
We think so. In Vancouver, we like it.
I mean, Sharif, he could have hit a couple of more shots too. That wouldn't have hurt, man. That guy was. What's the opposite of Mr. Clutch?
Yeah.
The Dutch? I don't know what you call that, but it was awful.
Yeah, I mean, just the drafts that we could have had.
Oh my God, yeah,
was just insane. We could have had Carter or McGrady or any of these great players kind of coming out of the NBA, and our drafts were like big countries.
Big country.
Mike Bibby.
Yeah,
I mean, they just actually did some documentary here at the Vancouver Film Festival, basically saying, where's Big Country? That's really the title. They have no idea where he is. He fell off the face of the earth.
He's bagging groceries with that guy from the Cosby Show, man.
I'll tell you what, wherever he is, he's definitely telling people to vote Trump.
Yeah. Him and Oliver Wilson are hanging out together.
That's hilarious.
It is crazy how some NBA players, we were talking about him yesterday, like Anton Walker, made millions, became a barista.
Oh, wow, yeah. There's a great 30 for 30 about that, about athletes who have gone broke. There was a rumor there for a minute that Allen Iverson was homeless, which isn't true, but he apparently has burned through a ton of his money, but he has a $50 million Nike trust fund, basically. Because
to protect
they don't pay you all your money up front just for this kind of reason.
Oh, that's good to know, man, that companies are sort of have a corporate plan for you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They definitely need that.
Yeah. You got to get these guys into the Bitcoin business.
Well, I got to tell you, though, Kevin, I got to tell you, anyone who blows through that kind of money, I don't feel bad for 1 second. I'm serious.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it though. Like it's not just in sports. A lot of times in real life, you get people. You hear about lottery winners and stuff. People that aren't used to having a lot of money, and all of a sudden they get a ton of money. They don't know what the hell to do with it. And the next thing you turn around, you're broke. I just won $100 million in Powerball, and 2 years later, I got no money.
It's like giving a starving man food. He's just going to eat till he's sick. You know what I mean? Because he's been without it for so long.
Yeah, you got to teach him how to fish.
Yeah.
Are there starving men all around? Do we know that? Like,
this is, not on this side of the world, but yeah, there are actually millions of starving people out there.
The world's a scary place. So, Kev, when are you coming back then to Toronto?
Be there on the 15th.
Good, man, because we got to get you. We got to get you in studio. It's been a while.
Oh yeah, well we'll come in one of the days the week over there for the whole week. Actually, Lisa and we can both come in.
We'd love that. Before you go, can you talk about any of the clients you're working with and some exciting stuff you have in the pipeline for Vanbex?
Yeah, well, a couple clients new clients that I guess I could talk about now. So there's Einstein Exchange, which is a Canadian exchange based out of Vancouver.
Yeah, we work with them a little bit too, actually.
Okay, so you know Michael.
Yeah.
So they're a client of ours, and they're doing a really, really interesting token model and token offer that we're putting together for them now, which I think is going to be really interesting. It's about combining and taking people's reward points like Aeroplan or whatever and exchanging those for their cryptocurrency, which then you can exchange for other cryptocurrencies on their exchange. It's a pretty interesting use case. So we're working on that with them right now. We'll probably put that out to the world as soon as it's ready here very shortly. And then another one that I'm super interested about is called Mogul. And we're working with some pretty big celebrities in the film industry, putting together a decentralized funding model to finance films. So it allows full transparency into how films get funded, where the funds get spent. It allows for big savings. So I guess there's a lot of problems in the movie industry where a movie can be profitable, but no one makes any money because, either the studios or the powers that be kind of hide this money in different places. I believe they call it like black box funding or something. There's a term for it. But this basically makes it all viewable and out in the public and on the blockchain, all the transactions that are happening, where they're going, the people involved to fund movies. And also it's going to give access to regular people who normally wouldn't be able to get access. And what I mean by that is, certain people who kind of contribute and invest into the movie fund, into the Mogul fund, they'll be able to come on stage, meet some actors, get some autographs, maybe get some props or some B-roll, things like that. So it's a really, really interesting concept. So Mogul, I'm really looking forward to.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. I would like to got some of my money into that Murphy Brown reboot. I'm upset. I'm just finding out about this now, man. Me and Candace Bergen, I think we'd hit it off, man. She is.
By the way, you see this new Magnum? It's not a movie, but it's a TV show. The dude doesn't even have a fucking mustache.
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah, you have a mustache.
And by Lethal Weapon is falling apart in front of her eyes too. But that's
because Keenan Ivory's quitting.
That's a waste of Kevin's time, though. Let's not talk about that.
Okay, Kev, we love you, brother. That Mogul is a brilliant idea. We'd love to try and get behind that as well. I as a recent investor in a film, and you know that I love that, to know where your money's going within that film too, and to see it and to understand it a little bit better, and to get people involved in the industry. And you can do some passion projects that way. I'm sure, read some scripts and really do some stuff. That's really cool.
What's the film?
Are we allowed talking about the film we invested in?
Okay. Spoiler alerts. Are we worried?
Yeah. No, we'll get it. It's starring Jason Patrick, which is really cool.
Okay. Cool.
Which is awesome. It's a really cool story about it's bringing to light, to be honest, some child exploitation in the fashion industry in terms of actually making clothes at very young ages, and how kids are sort of swayed into coming into the U.S. thinking that they're going to be like stars and things like in soccer and everything, and then they actually get put in a factory. That's happening right in the U.S. right now. So I thought it was like a very noteworthy cause and a brilliant script that I wanted to put a little bit of money into to see. And yeah, well, Kev, you helped fund it too, right?
Yeah, we're both in that one. You introduced me to that one, Todd. So, no, it sounds really interesting.
Being filmed right now in LA, so it's a really exciting project, and I don't know what I can and can't say about it, but when it comes to light and it's all done, Hollywood Reporter wrote an article on it with Jason Patrick being in it, so you can look it up. It's called Bonded. Very exciting stuff. Kev, I love you, man. Thank you again for the tickets for last night's game. The listeners and Dark Guy and I had such an amazing time, and we look forward to all these great giveaways that you're for us. We're honestly forever grateful. I mean that sincerely.
Oh, thanks, God. We love your support there, Brian. Nice meeting you. We're going to be giveaways here soon, and Todd, I'll see you in a week.
Okay, cheers, pal. Can't wait for it.
Okay, buddy. Bye.
The Todd Shapiro Show.
You are the greatest hero in American history.
SiriusXM Canada Laughs Channel 168.